here, you click Create New Fill or Adjustment. Let's do Brightness Contrast. Let's see, just kind of play with it a bit, see which one works for you. Really depends on the video and the video file. If you have like a 1080p video, then it's obviously going to look a lot nicer than 720p. Those are the types of resolutions that I recommend. Anyway, levels adjust the color, so you'll be given a lot of different options. This is the RGB, which either makes it light or dark, so we can play around with that. It gives you an option of red, green, and blue. I typically use blue and red the most. You can do this, you can like highlight the blue and then kind of blend it in with the yellow sort of, which gives it a nice cool tint to it, so let's keep that. And then you can play with the exposure, which is a fun thing to play with. Makes it like, the extreme is like, oh yeah, it's super blind, and then dark. So you want to find, I only typically do a little bit of exposure, just because too much is overwhelming. You can also add offset to it, which adds this like clear filter. It looks nice in some things. We'll go without it for this one. Last but least, right? Photo filter, yeah. This isn't going to be the last. I have one more thing to add. This has a lot of colors too. There's red, orange. Again, it really depends on what your video is of. But if you click that, it should be there. Last thing we're going to do is curves. And that's interesting. It's a kind of like, it's similar to the levels thing that we have over here. But this one is, I think it has more to do with lighting. What I typically do is I only use the RGB level, just because it has the most, I think, unique effect. So again, play around with that. This is kind of overdone, but whatever. Cool. So we have this. We have our fully edited appearance-wise GIF. Now, some of you want to add a watermark to your GIF, right? So to do that is you want to make sure that all of these are selected in the first one. The first frame is selected, or is the one that you're looking at. You go to the text tool, which is over here, right there. Click on that, and find some spot on your GIF that looks nice. See, I'm going to be whiting. Okay, so that's not going to be nice. We're just going to have to move it to a corner, which doesn't look bad. You can then change the opacity of the level, which is over here. It's going to be fill. So you're going to want to go to, I'll zoom back out for this. You'll see that the lower it gets, the clearer your writing gets, so it becomes transparent. And that helps for people. Some people complain about watermarks. Screw them. I think they're reposters anyway. Cool. You can just you can use your arrow keys to, as long as all of these are selected, to keep moving the letter, or the watermark. Okay, so we're going to zoom back out. Alright, cool. So we have our watermark and we have our GIF. Let's still them off, but that looks alright, right? Looks pretty good. Cool. So we can then move on to our next step, which is File. You're going to go to File, and you're going to go to Save for Web and Devices. So click on that, and a window will pop up. and I'm going to show you how we can work that. This is actually what converts it into a GIF format, so it's helpful that you click on Save for Web and Devices and not Save As, because you're going to get two totally different options. Cool. Alright, so I think the preset settings are selective and diffusion. So you'll notice up here how it says selective, right? So what you want to do, and I find is a lot better for quality wise, is I use perceptual and I use pattern. I just think it looks a lot nicer. Diffusion will give you those little pixely things, and pattern will give you the little X bits. I just think that looks a lot nicer. But it's whatever floats your boat. Cool, and so you can view it in here by clicking the play button. You can make adjustments, see if that went a little bit faster. That would be bad. Or you can also check the file size. So we see over here that it's 793K, which is about 8 megabytes. Tumblr only allows up to 10 megabytes, so this fits, which is cool. So anything above 1000K is not gonna work on Tumblr. Also keep in mind, I don't know if this happens to anyone else, but Tumblr seems to speed up my GIF size, so I always do it a little bit slower, just because when I add it to Tumblr, it is super fast and not cool. But that's it. That's editing the GIF and doing cool little things to it. So I hope you enjoyed this. Awesome. Thanks, guys.